Hello and welcome to the BMC Quick Course Series. My name is Art Dubiel and I'm a software consultant for the BMC MainView products. In this tutorial demo on BMC MainView for IP, we will explore BMC MainView for IP diagnostic capabilities, including ways to ping, start a trace route, a packet trace, and a socket trace. At the Easy IP menu view, under the heading Diagnostics, the next two categories, ping information and traceroute information, link to the views pcons and tcons respectively. Although the primary function of each is in the category description, they both perform each other's functions. I'll demonstrate this with pcons. Let's hyperlink on ping information. You can ping either an IP address or a DNS name. Place a P in the CMD column and the DNS name next to it, and then press enter. The result will look something like this, showing the result of the ping. When you're ready, press F3 to go back to the pcons view. Now back at the pcons view, we can run a trace route against the same IP address we just pinged. Enter TR in the CMD field and press enter. The result is the trace route appears and looks like this. F3 twice to go back to the Easy IP menu view. Now let's look at packet trace. Hyperlink on packet trace. The PKTTRACE view now appears. Move your cursor into the command column and press F1 to see all available commands. To start a packet trace, enter STA in the command field as I have done here and press enter. A packet trace can be started for a set of IP addresses, ports, protocol type, or for a specific IP address or port. You can also specify a packet length, a trace ID, and a time limit. You may press F1 once at this panel to see details of how to complete it. For our purposes, I will only specify a trace identifier, ART test. Scroll down to see acceptable commands in this dialog mode. We are ready to start the trace. Press F3 to initiate it. After pressing F3, we get an acknowledgement that the trace has started. Now press enter. Now we see the OK in the command column, and we can press enter once more. Now we see data being accumulated under the field heading NBR Rex. Press enter one more time, and now we have enough data to show results. Stop the trace by entering STO in the command column, and then press enter. BMC MainView for IP acknowledges that the trace is now stopped. Press enter once more. Now, the PKTTRACE view shows the status of the trace. We have several options to view the data collected. One of those options allows us to view the data immediately. To do this, enter D in the command column and press enter. Notice that the output is in MainView Windows format, so all the MVI commands apply here as far as sorting and filtering and customizing the view. We can hyperlink on the date field in any row to see the detail for that entry, as I've done here for the first one. The trace detail is now shown and spans multiple pages, so let's scroll down with F8 to see the packet data. Now let's return to PKTTRACD view by pressing F3 twice. With the cursor in the command column, press F1 to reveal the view's help that says you can also use the W command to write the packet trace entries to a pre-allocated dataset, or use the raw command to write the packet trace in the IBM component trace format to a variable length file. The file can then be used as input into IPCS or other IBM utilities to display the packet trace. I'll demonstrate how to use the raw command to write data to a dataset I've already created with a record format of VB, a record length of 32756, and a block size of 32760. The size of the dataset will vary with the amount of data you've created, but we'll need about 65 tracks. Press F1 here to see how to pre-allocate the dataset required to store the data. Notice I did not use quotes around my dataset name. Once ready, press F3. I now see a confirmation that the data has been written to my dataset. Press Enter to clear the message. Now we can go to ISPF and browse the dataset we just populated. This is an example of what your dataset might look like from ISPF Browse. Now we'll return to the PKTTRACE view. We can delete the packet trace entry and its associated data. Enter DEL in the command field next to the entry to be deleted, and then press Enter. Press F3 twice to take us back to the Easy IP menu. Now let's hyperlink on socket trace. The result is the SKTTRACE view. Enter STA in the command field to start a socket trace, as I have done, and press Enter. The dialog screen is now shown and requires us to either enter an IP address, a port, or a job to trace. I entered a job, RDIARD1X, that I intend to submit. So now let's press F3. We see that the trace has started. Press Enter now. Now we see the OK in the command column, and we can press Enter once again. And finally, we see the status of the trace. It is now active and waiting for the resource to be traced. As shown, I entered a TSO submit command to run my job to trigger the trace. After pressing Enter, we now see that the trace detects the job is running and begins collecting data. I notice that my job ended, so I will stop the trace by entering STO in the command field and press Enter. The command has been accepted. The trace was stopped, and a message stating that is issued. Press Enter again to clear the message. We can now display the output from the trace. Press F1 to see all options to display the output. Enter a D in the command field and press Enter. The data collected is conveniently formatted and displayed in a MainView Windows view. Hyperlink on the Date field in the first row to see detailed trace data for that record. The detailed data from our socket trace is now displayed. Press F3 3 times to return to the Easy IP menu, or enter Easy IP on the command line and press Enter. Thank you for your time. Please see the Related Demos box on the web page for more information about BMC MainView for IP, and for more information on any of the BMC mainframe products, please visit the URL shown here.